This week, Walk and Talk looks different. We're not in the studio, we're on the water. Today's episode is recorded aboard Craft, a fine dining river cruise docked in Tampa Bay, where Chef Thomas Parker has stepped into a new role as executive chef with Manthey Hospitality. The ship isn't in service while we're here, no guests aboard, no dinner rush, but the kitchen still tells the story. We're filming 2 dishes, documenting the space and capturing how food is built in an environment where planning and discipline matter long before service ever begins. Cooking on a ship changes everything. Space is limited, storage is tight. Once you leave the dock, there are no second chances. That reality shapes how Thomas leads. Even without service today, you can feel the structure and the systems behind the operation. This kitchen is designed for precision, not improvisation. There's another layer to this episode. Chef Thomas was featured in our Gulf Shrimp Tagliatelle documentary, which has since been officially recognized for its storytelling at the Central Florida Film Festival and the Folkestone Film Festival in the UK. Recognition he hadn't shared internally yet, not out of ego, but because the work came first. We're also documenting this episode differently. John Hernandez is on board, capturing photography with rack porcelain plateware brought specifically for this shoot. The goal isn't perfection, it's context. Real food in a real environment, built for real service. This conversation isn't about titles. It's about leadership, preparation, and what excellence looks like before the door is ever open. This is Walk and Talk, docked, but very much in motion. Thomas, my man, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me, man. I love being back with you guys.
Today was a day. We really haven't been out of the studio in a while. With John, I mean, we were over at Sushi Saint a couple of weeks ago, but not like this. This was on a ship. We actually had to shove off for a minute. We partook on the river cruise, if you will.
Anything can happen when you're on the water.
Yeah, true story. Let's jump in. Before we get into all that, let's jump into what you cooked up today, because it was two really great dishes.
The short rib ragu. Carl, you've eaten that dish of mine countless times. I've refined it over the years a dozen times, and it is in its best version, as it should be after so much refinement. And then a couple weeks ago, I was playing Duck, Duck, Goose with my 2 daughters and said, let's make a dish out of that. So we got some duck breasts with the duck ravioli, some foie gras incorporated in there. Super exciting.
So I'm thinking that we have to do something with you, because Duck, Duck, Goose, what was it? The green eggs and ham?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Green eggs and lamb, right?
Yeah,
when we did
green eggs and lamb, madame.
When we did the Aussie Select.
Yeah.
Right. So we got to do like a chef's cookbook for kids. You're it.
That's what we do. It's building a dish, building the presentation, where us as chefs, we're trying to tell a story on a plate. So
well, let me just say this. You mentioned about how you've been doing the bolognese for a long time. I've had it in several iterations. Each one is great, but each one is different. But they're all wonderful. Today was no different. But I like how it was plated today. I think it's sexy. I think it came out really nice.
Yeah. That was actually my goal for this refinement of it. Was it can't just be pasta in a bowl, right? Craft is elevated. So how do you elevate something that you've already elevated? You plate it a little different. You try to balance the flavors a little better. And that was exactly it. The plating, the presentation, it was my main focus for this.
So we're on a ship. In the background, you're going to hear the hustle and bustle of people who are working aboard the vessel. There's generators. There's all sorts of stuff happening. So if you hear anything in the background, hey, it is what it is. It's great content. Stick around. It's good stuff coming. You started with Manthey on this ship during the busiest time of the year. When did you first realize, hey, when the ship shoves off, we're stuck like Chuck. Everything's got to be running like smooth.
Yeah, this position has definitely forced me to be, and I already thought I was very disciplined as a chef, but this really forces you to be disciplined in everything you do, because yes, the second you leave the dock, what you have on board is all you have. Our walk-in coolers are back on shore. So if the bartender needs a lemon and there's no lemons on board, guests aren't getting cocktails with lemon garnishes.
Support for Walk and Talk Media comes from Crab Island Seafood Dip, creating chef-driven crab dips made with real seafood and bold flavor. Learn more at crabislandseafooddip.com.
But it was actually something, before I even accepted the position, they had asked me to come on a cruise with them and just experience it, just float around, kind of see the operation and that. And I remember I was standing right off the end of the pass over there, and I said, oh crap, like, this is it. There's a tiny walk-in cooler. Not even each station has a cooler for itself. There's a couple refrigerated pull-out drawers under the grill, and that's about all you got. So
there's some mental wrestling that you have to do in your spot now. As a chef, you are taught to control as many variables as possible. On a ship, where if you do run out of something, or something occurs, while you're no longer docked, you have to let go of something in your brain in order to survive this.
When something happens, you have to make it right. The guest has already purchased their ticket. They've already been guaranteed minimal 3 courses. So if you run out of something, there's no 86 in. It's not like you're just going to tell the guests, oh, I'm sorry, you're not going to get that today. It's, all right, we might not be able to give them exactly what they want, but we got to give them a version of what they want. So there's a lot of thinking on the fly. There's a lot of problem solving a la minute, and you just have to go with it in hopes that it's enough to satisfy the guest and what they're looking for.
So what part of this position or experience so far has humbled you the most?
That question is humbling in itself, making me think about, in my role, what is humbling me from 3-4 months ago when I was in the hotel kitchen. There are so many variables that humble you. There's so many instances that, as a chef, as a kitchen in general, that you have to deal with that isn't typical to a normal restaurant operation.
And this is fine dining on the water. This is a floating restaurant. It's an elevated experience. This isn't, this particular vessel is not a buffet. You have other liners that have buffet style seating. This is the elevated experience, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
This is, if you will, the floating Michelin experience, but not yet. Like, you're working towards that.
Hopefully one day. We're a plated coursed meal. You're going to come in, you're going to get full service. We have a whole cocktail experience. Right off behind where we're sitting, we've got 3 wine cellars right here. I mean, it is essentially a floating restaurant.
I'm a systems guy. I really geek out over operations and the manner in which they execute their strategies. I'm still stuck on the fact that you have to be 100% prepared for shove off every single day. You have to have everything that you're going to need. The communication from your purveyors, your receivers, your chefs on board, yourself, that's a big deal.
Not just myself. Think of this. You have to make sure that your sous chef is so well organized. Your line cooks are so well organized. And that in general, I mean, the array of line cooks, we have the very passionate ones, but then you also have, we're in Tampa. You have multiple Spanish-speaking immigrants that don't speak a lot of English or understand a lot of English. And you have to make sure that all 42 products that they need on their station to operate efficiently and successfully, they have. It's very disciplined.
Kathy was just buzzing along, doing her prep and doing her stuff. Corey comes in, and he was actually really helpful to us as well. So, from what I've seen so far, great team.
Yeah. I have a great team here. That's honestly it. Coming in mid-October like I did, going into the busy holiday season, like, if I didn't have a team behind me that's as good as my guys and gals are, like, I would not have been successful. Corey's great. He's been with me now for going on 2 years.
He looks like that new style of chef. He has the look.
Yeah. Corey, he's got a really cool background story. He actually spent most of his career in front of house. He was a GM of a fast casual concept for 5 years and said, I love cooking and it's now or never. And that was when he walked in my door.
You went dark side. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, he's been under me for almost 2 years now. The dude's a sponge. Like,
I mean, was it something where it's like, I am your father, Corey, and then he was like, oh, I don't want to go to the dark side. And then he did. Was it like that? It's dramatic?
I'd Vadered him for sure.
I love it. I love it. Support for Walk and Talk Media comes from Metro Food Service Solutions, trusted by kitchens that need storage and workflow that actually does the job. Learn more at metro.com. In a normal restaurant, the service situation, what you're providing on this vessel is about a 5-hour night, but you're doing it in 2 hours here. Margins of error, razor slim, huh?
Yeah. Think about, so a normal restaurant, they'll open 4 or 5 p.m. for dinner service. They'll run till 9, 10 p.m. They'll do 2 turns, essentially 2 services during that time. On a Saturday night from 5 to 10 p.m., we've done sometimes 3 turns. And we seat 130 people on this boat. So minimal 3 courses per person. That's what's guaranteed in every ticket price. So you're talking 900 plates in the course of 4 or 5 hours.
What I thought was amazing, we had a conversation the other day about all that. What I thought was really amazing is that you can just go on like Open Table, get it scheduled and go same day. I figured you had to like have it booked out in advance. There's got to be a massive wait or something like that. But no, you could do like same day sort of scheduling.
Yeah, no, it is. And we'll accept people right up until, the deckhands and captain is pulling the gangways and ready to ship off.
I would be the one that's like, no, wait, I'm jumping into the water, trying to like just swim up to the back. Somebody, throw me a line or whatever.
That's because you're a big boy and you like to eat.
I do. Yeah, I'm not going to miss out. Are you kidding me or what? Chef, we've known each other a long time now. Since we met, I knew you were a good one. You're different. Not different because obviously there's a lot of great chefs out there. You have ambition. You're organized, you're a clean-cut guy, and you put out really great food. When we originally started talking about this episode, you had mentioned how great your team is. And I looked at you and I said, you're going to go after a star, aren't you? That's what you want.
Absolutely. It's what every chef wants. They want a star or a beard or some recognition, some accolade. It's hard on this boat. Like I said, we have time restraints. We have so many variables that are out of our control that other restaurants don't have to deal with. It'll definitely be a challenge. One that I'm up for trying, but
I think that is the catalyst for you to be looked at, for the group to get looked at. Because it's extra, it's different, it's high level performance in a certain period of time. Yeah. It isn't like you're popping out, buffalo chicken sandwiches here. This is not what you're doing. You're doing elevated cuisine on a boat that would take, in another establishment would be a 5-hour night. You do it in 2 hours. I think that's fantastic. I believe that is the doorway into getting some eyeballs on you.
So we have a restaurant here in Tampa. They have a star there. I think there's 11 seats in the whole place. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's phenomenal to be able to have so much care into each one of those 11 seats and have the time to do it. Here, no way. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. We have 130 seats, and no matter what, captain's pulling up to that dock 2 hours after you depart. So whether you were as refined and finite as you possibly can be and every dish goes out perfect, or the last 15 plates, you're just trying to get them out, got to do it. So it'll take a lot of discipline. It'll take a lot of heart, and not just from myself, from the whole team.
Thomas Parker, do you want the star?
Damn right I do.
Do you want the star? You're damn right I do. Well, nobody's going to understand that reference. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
It's a few good men.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, goodness. Are you going to go for it or not?
Yeah, I think we're a little ways out. I started in mid-October. I launched a menu Thanksgiving Day, and what I walked into, the cuisine, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to knock it at all. It was excellent cuisine, but it wasn't, to me, in my mind, it wasn't the elevation of cuisine that craft needed to be. It takes more than just a chef putting pen to paper and saying, this is our new menu. It takes a lot of work with the team and building them up to that level and that expectation to go after a star or something like that.
Walk and Talk is the epitome of food media. And it's my duty as a food journalist, if you will, to let the powers that be, for the people that listen to this program, to know this is something that will happen. We're going to speak it into existence. Do you hear me?
I sure hope they do. That'd be fantastic.
No, but in all seriousness, 4 out of 5 hospitality professionals have faced at least one mental health challenge during their career. Stress, burnout, anxiety. These are everyday realities in kitchens, dining rooms, and bars across North America. The Burnt Chef Project North America is here to change that. They provide free, anonymous support, direct care, training, and self-care resources designed specifically for chefs, servers, and hospitality staff. From therapy services to educational modules, they're answering the call for help in one of the toughest industries. It can't be done alone. Your financial support makes this possible, ensuring that every hospitality professional has access to the tools they need to thrive. Join the movement in breaking the stigma. Email uscanada@theburntchefproject.com for donation details and mailing information, or learn more about the mission at theburntchefproject.com. 130 seats. That's a lot of seats.
Yeah.
Is that something that you think you could pull off?
I'll say the amount of times that I've been impressed in the last 4 months versus the last 4 years working in a standard operating kitchen. Some of the stuff we're doing and the time constraints that we have, like you were saying, the plating of the short rib today, individually placed every single piece of garnishment on that. Like, we're doing that to order. Like, nothing's being pre-built. We're doing that to order. Realistic time frame for the entree course, you're talking we're putting 130 entrees out in 30 minutes.
You were supposed to be on the program a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And there was some scheduling, some things came up. I really wanted you to be in studio while we had Chef Michael Calantes in-house.
Oh, I want to meet him so much.
Well, yeah, I just
so
like,
much.
I know you do, and I was really excited for that because I figured that Mike is the kind of guy who he's very articulate and he's just deep with knowledge. He's a real humble cat too. But it just kind of comes out of him. And I was looking forward to the synergy, the energy that would have come up when you guys, getting together and talking shop.
Yeah, that's
knowing you and knowing him. I'm like, this is gonna be super.
Listening to his episode and seeing the videos you posted, like, just, you said it, he's such a humble guy. Like, he just seems like such a genuine person. Like, I want to meet the man before I meet the chef, just because he's listening to him talk. You can tell the care, the passion's there.
Everybody loves a self-deprecating comedian, a self-deprecating chef, like, people that can make fun of themselves. And yeah, you do serious work, but don't take yourself so seriously. He's one of them.
Think about the restaurant that you love going to. That moment as you're walking up to the door to enter, you're excited. You've already got the meal in mind that you're going to order because that's your favorite restaurant. We're no different. And we're kind of cooler because you're not walking through the front door of a restaurant. You're walking onto the bow of a ship. You're surrounded by water. Then you walk past the cabin where the captain sits and drives the boat from. guests are more than welcome to walk right in there and get a little private tour anytime they want throughout the cruise. And then you walk through the doors into the dining room and you're greeted by a host or hostess. They start your journey. You know, they're walking you to the table, but they don't just walk you to the table. From the moment they pick the menus up and you take that first step, they're telling you about the history of this boat. They're telling you about our whole operation. They're showing you around the boat, essentially giving you a tour of the boat.
As this is all happening, the ship leaves about 7 p.m. That means sunset. That means Tampa Bay with the beautiful skies and the colors, and you're just getting on the ship. And I actually told my wife about this because I didn't know. I thought this was like for parties, things like that, or, events. I honestly didn't know that you can just get on and go. I had no idea. So last night I was actually talking to my wife, Patty, and I was like, I think we're going to go do this. And she goes, well, wait, what is it? And I told her. She was like, oh my God, that sounds so cool. I said, yeah, I don't mess around. Walk and Talk Media is proudly supported by Rack Porcelain USA, creating durable, beautifully designed tableware for chefs and hospitality professionals. Learn more at rackporcelain.com. What I thought was really cool is when we had to move the ship. You had to reposition. And I went outside to take some, shoot some B-roll or whatever. And Captain Lance let me go in the cabin and, do a little bit of shooting in there too. And what a cool cat, man. And let me tell you something. When we were in motion and we're out there and you get to just see, like I'm saying, Tampa Bay. It's freaking beautiful. This is a destination sort of eatery, in my opinion. Like if I were coming in from New York or if I was coming in from another state or whatever, this is something I want to have on the schedule. This is something I'd want to put together because this is an experience.
Yeah, it's really cool. Honestly, I speak to more guests now than ever in my career. And it's strictly because of the style that we are. I'm out front saying goodbye to every single guest that just dined with us as they're disembarking and getting off the boat. And I cannot tell you how many times I have an elderly woman that is here visiting her daughter and son-in-law and say that this is my favorite thing to do every year when I come to Tampa.
On the stern, in the rear of the ship, you've got the bar, little patio sort of area, covered. You can handle all the elements. The windows go up, they come down, there's heaters, there's AC. Like, it's really great.
Yeah, it's been thought out, and it's been thought out very well. We have an amazing group of individuals that lead this company, and they all are very passionate and hands-on with every aspect of all of our operations. Anything's done by trial and error, and they've added things as the boat has matured. I mean, you can go out on our back deck. It's been frigid temperatures for the last week here in the 30s at night. We have heaters, you don't even realize it.
One of the other cool things I found out today is Manthey actually owns Pirate Water Taxi. So that means, in essence, maybe in the morning, afternoon, you go out on a taxi ride around Tampa Bay, come back, and then dinner on ship.
Yeah. Yeah. And not just dinner. You can choose the style of dinner you want. You can.
What do you mean? Whoa, wait. What?
Well, it depends on which boat you want to go on. You could take our route with craft and get a nice, elegant 3 to 4 course dinner. Or if you're more in the mood to have fun, laid back atmosphere, you can grab a ticket to one of our yacht starships and still have a nice buffet style meal with the DJ and music and entertainment and anything you're looking for.
Yeah, 4 ships under the banner. And I remember, this was a couple of years ago, John, you remember when we came on to, I don't know which starship it was, but it was with Patrick Kelly and we did the whole thing and Bo Jackson and all of that. Same company. Super cool. Yeah. Listen, on any of these ships, you're getting a premium culinary experience one way or the other. You're getting a night out. It's fun. And now, normally when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm getting very nerdy on this. So audience, forgive me because I don't normally go over the edge like this. But this is such a cool thing because I love the water. I love boats. I love ships. I love all this stuff. And whenever you can combine food and water, to me, man, that's where it's at. And the price isn't even that bad. Like, it's a good deal. It's cool.
Yeah, no, you think if you and your wife go out to dinner, you're spending what, $100 a head minimum?
Yeah.
So, I mean, our pricing, it's tiered. You know, obviously there's indoor seating, outdoor seating, bar seating, and your ticket price is tiered versus that because obviously you have better views in different areas of the boat and more controlled, comfortable environments. So, I mean, you're talking anywhere from 80 to 120 a person. And that gets you your cruise ticket. That gets you your 3-course meal, with the option to upgrade and add cocktails or wine or beer, appetizers. You know, really, you take it from there.
So we got to meet a bunch of people that work for the company. Jen and Haley over in marketing, obviously Captain Lance, some of the people on your team. Everybody was super nice. Even the folks who were doing all the loading, receivers and whatnot, everybody was really polite. Everybody on this property has been really awesome. So, I mean, I think that's commendable and should be brought up.
Definitely. And it's one of my biggest draws being a new employee in the company. I look around and after getting to know them, you realize like, wow, a lot of these individuals started in a lower position, have worked their way up. Most of the people have been working here for a very lengthy time. I mean, our corporate chef, he's retiring later on this year. He's been here for over a decade. There's so many long tenured, great individuals that I'm surrounded by every day.
Before I forget, there's something cool going on down in Stewart. We met some folks who are putting on the Stewart Wine and Food Festival this year. This session of Walk and Talk Media is made possible by Citrus America, delivering fresh Florida citrus and juice solutions to food service professionals nationwide. Learn more at citrusamerica.com. Look it up at martinarts.org. It's from February 6th to the 7th. That's coming up like this weekend. But I feel like I just wanted to put that out there. And we're actually going to be doing some stuff over here at the Tampa Bay Wine and Food Festival with Chef Thomas Manthey and some of our friends over at Creative Loafing, which is pretty cool. There's something brewing with that, by the way. Going to keep that close to the vest. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are doing something with Creative Loafing?
I said I wasn't going to bring it up.
I brought it up.
Well, I brought it up and now you're trying to, bring it out of me. I'm just telling you, keep your eyes open. 2026 is a crazy year, man. We got a lot of great things going on. Between the trade shows, we got New York coming up in March. We got the National Restaurant Association show, the NRA show coming up in May. Man, a lot of really great things. These food festivals, a lot of great relationships. Forget the fact that we have, star power now, with Galantes, and we're doing some things with Neil Bodenheimer, a beard recipient out of New Orleans. He's got a beard at his bar called Cure, and he's a recipient as well. A lot of really cool things going on, man, with personnel and people becoming part of this thing. I got to give a shout out to Pooch just because he gets sad if I don't. I don't bring his name up every now and again. He gets a little sad. It's just what it is. So I'm gonna do that. All right. So listen, Chef. At the end of the night, when the boat docks, everything worked out. Great shift, great service. What's the exact moment that makes you say, man, I made the right choice. This is where I want to be?
When everyone's disembarking, everyone's leaving the boat. It's our natural thing to stand out front on the bow as guests are getting off the boat, thanking them, and saying goodbye to them. And every single service, every time, there's countless number of people that stop to shake my hand, to thank me, to tell me how amazing their meal was. As a chef, you walk around the dining room when you can during service, but you don't ever get to be in front and interact with every guest that you just fed. Here you do.
Well, I mean, listen, Chef. I looked up the reviews. Out of like almost 400 reviews, you're sitting at like a 4.6 star rating. So you're doing something right. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like you guys I know you. Again, I know you. I know how you lead your teams. I know how you care about your food. I think you're set up for some amazing things to happen at this company.
It's going to continue to grow. Our director of ops, her name's Catherine, again, another long tenured employee. Like, she's got a brilliant mind. And we're just talking about like what kind of nuances can we bring that Kraft hasn't done yet, because it is Kraft's we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary next month in March. So this is only the beginning for us.
I mean, listen, it's only 2 years old, just coming up on 2 years. This is such an amazing place. I think there's a lot of runway for you to do amazing things. Thomas, listen, at the end of the day, man, thank you for having us out. The food was fantastic. I know John did some amazing photography today. Keep a look-see open for that, out for that. Thomas, how do we find you?
Chef_Thomas Parker is my personal page. And if you're looking for Kraft _Tampa.
Yeah, let's do that. Look them up. Let's partake in the cruising festivities. All right, listen, I appreciate everything. This was awesome. John. Hey. John. Love you, baby. And we are out.